Greetings and welcome back, everyone, to Board Game Night with myself, of course, Avak, and Quill,
Hello.
Shenrir,
Hola.
and Marbazir.
Hi everyone.
We just completed our first jump in the last episode. We're all feeling very happy. We even apparently remember to do something that we don't remember to do, even though I've not
Great
been here
success.
before, so, I always remember it. 100% record
true.
so far.
You know, I do like how we jumped without me even being on the ship.
Yeah.
I know, how does that
There
work?
yet. You jumped without me.
And it's not like we jumped a small distance either.
No,
We've gone
biggest
quite
possible.
far away.
In the middle of an asteroid field where we lost a whole ship full of people.
I'm like the worst admiral ever. I'm not even on the damn ship.
We'll see how
Well
bad
done.
you are once you start nuking people. That'll be the real difference. So it is my turn. I've already drawn my skill cards. There are currently nothing out there. I got a lot
Have
of
you drawn the
options.
skill cards? I don't actually see it. I see mobs, moves to asteroid. I don't see you having
Yeah,
drawn any skill cards.
Yeah, I drew them. I also know that because I have a handful of cards.
Ah, well,
But
okay.
yeah, it was in the log.
And if you click situation, you can actually see how many cards each player has.
That's right.
Where's that? Oh, yeah, situation. Ah, yes, I see. 10 items, my lord.
So,
Okay.
what I could do is I could preemptively launch myself into space. I could start clearing out the civilian ship, but it's going to be a while before the Cylons come back. So I think what might actually be a better use of our time right now is if I decided to be bossy somehow. I don't know how this works, but I'm going to executive order the president, giving her 2 actions or a movement and an action, her choice.
Sweet.
Also, I don't like the idea of us both being in the hangar bay in case it gets hit, so I'm going to have move to
You're
command.
too good for me now? You're not going to slum it with the techies down here? We've got brilliant moonshine, man. Ah,
Well, I'm the CAG. I got to go back to help plan our next sortie.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
We'll remember this.
So, Tori Foster, you may either move and take an action, or you can take 2 actions.
Now, I do this on your turn or on my turn?
It is my turn right now, still, but you get to take 2 actions immediately. That could be playing a couple of skill cards. It could be activating the quorum chamber twice. It can be doing quorum and something else. It could be
coming by
revealing as a
hangar to
Cylon.
hang out and have parties with the chief in the hangar, just saying, it's
Yeah.
lonely down here.
Got it.
You need your
He doesn't
Cali.
want to bother with commoners.
He's on a ship all by himself.
Yep.
I mean,
Okay,
I was
so-
all by myself on a ship for a long time too, but in my defense, there's only 1 seat.
Yes, you get a grudging pass for that one.
So I'm going to draw a quorum card.
Excellent. So you're activating the quorum chamber.
To be fair, you did lose a lot of cards earlier on, so this is a chance to restock.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if Shen ends up just playing 2 quorum cards on both actions, or a quorum card in each action, he'll have 4 more skill cards by itself.
Yeah.
Not to mention
That'd be a
whatever the hell the
powerful
quorum
move.
card does.
All right.
Or
Well, this
if-
sounds pretty fun. Can I do an action then? So I drew. I can also do an action, right?
Well, no, your action was to activate the quorum chamber. You're on action number 1 from EXO. So executive order will give you 2 actions. You are on action number 1. Your action was to activate the quorum chamber, which draws you a card. You may then either draw another quorum card or play a quorum card. This is still all part of action number 1.
I want to play a quorum card then. So do I just put that on the table?
Sure.
Yep.
Does he need to resolve the picking up the 2 skill cards first?
No,
As-
the skill
as-
cards trigger after he plays the quorum card.
Right, okay.
Ooh. Oh, man, you're going to... This is awesome.
Ooh.
All right.
So I want to. What's the benefit from here? You draw 2 politics cards. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, so right away you draw 2 politics cards. This is not even your particular personal ability. This is as a result of the card. You get 2 politics card, and then you assign someone to be vice president.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it to Mr. Lonely Chief over there.
Hey!
Aw. Not the
I'm
guy who
important.
executive orders you. All right.
You didn't offer to invite him down to the hangar to have awesome moonshine. See?
That's
That's the
true.
flaw in your plan. You just give people orders.
So
So that was all my first action, right?
that is, you have to remember to pick your 2 cards from being Tori Foster.
Oh.
Because you used an action on a quorum card. So you get to draw 2 skill cards of any kind because you're a Tori Foster.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah. Like, especially if you play another quorum card on your second action, for example. So just to explain the vice president, there's a location on the board called administration on Colonial 1. Someone can do that and give someone else the president title.
Right.
But because the chief is vice president, no one except the chief can be assigned the new presidency.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right? So if I went to administration, I could not make myself or Hilo president. I could only make the chief president.
Right. But then the next turn you'd be able to do it because there wouldn't be a vice president.
That's
anymore.
right, assuming everyone had the mutiny card and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the end of action number 1. Tori gets action number 2.
Okay, and I can still draw another quorum card if I want.
You can activate the quorum chamber a second time if you'd like. You could also, of course, play a skill card from your hand, although quorum chamber is pretty good for Tori.
Yeah. That seems an amazingly powerful ability, that one.
She is insanely
Take two
strong.
skill cards.
It's because the people higher up in the line of succession, like normally it's very rare for Tori to become president if there's any other political person in the game. Tori is usually not going to be president, so she's quite potent. It just so happens here there's no one above her in the line of duty, so it's pretty crazy. Whereas the person at the top of the line of the presidency is terrible.
Ironically.
Yeah.
The most likely person to be in charge is the worst person to be in charge.
That's right.
There's a bit of a
Just
commentary
like
on
me,
humanity, really.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now, the characters in this game, they can have multiple titles, right? Like you can have a president admiral.
That's
possible.
right.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's quite common if the XO is in play.
President
Mr.
Admiral
Drunky
Cylon.
Drunk. Because he can
That
declare
would be
martial
rather
law and just
terrible.
steal the president title.
Wow, there's so many choices here. I want to try this just for funsies.
Okay.
Okay.
So I get to switch around the admiral or CAG,
Yeah.
and I'm going to make Mr. Chiefy the admiral.
Ah, yes! Consolidating power. Ah,
That's not very
fantastic.
Okay.
You're not even here, Hilo.
That's true, actually. You've deserted your post. You deserve to lose the
Hey,
title.
I jumped us free.
Yeah, you left yourself on a planet 3 jumps behind us.
Minor details.
Now I get to draw 2 more cards, right?
That's right. So yeah, it makes sense that
good.
Tori would like to play quorum cards whenever possible. Even if they sort of aren't, I mean, this doesn't really hurt us, assuming none of us is a Cylon, or you don't know who a Cylon is. This is neither good nor bad. So it's just a neutral card, and it generates more skill cards for you.
Well, I'm under the impression that if Chief is the Cylon, he's also the person who's never played this before, so he'll probably be terrible at being a Cylon. So I'm okay with him having some
excellent.
skills.
I
I
love
see
it.
some metagaming going on there. Well
Or
played.
he
All
will
right,
get
so I've
beginner's
done my
luck.
turn.
So that's the end of your executive order stuff. So now I have to finish my turn, which is simply to play a crisis. Executive order can get very confusing. That's why there's actually a first player token to track who the current player is, because you can lose track really easily.
Yeah.
So what's our crisis? We've got weapon malfunction. Straight up skill check. 3 good colors. It's 11 difficulty. Pass, no effect. Fail, damage 2 Vipers in space areas. Okay, there's no Vipers in space areas. Then all characters in weapons control location are sent to sickbay. There's no
Which
one in
is
weapons
unknown.
control.
So there's no downside.
Literally no downside whatsoever.
And no
So the
matter the pass or fail, we get a base start and 3 raiders show up. Yeah?
Actually, that's base start launches raiders.
oh, so that literally nothing happens if we
Nothing
fail.
happens.
It will progress the Cylon fleet board. One raider will spawn there and will advance their jump prep, is what will happen.
So the only question is, does anyone want to throw away some cards?
That's interesting. It is technically, it is possible to just like effectively discard cards this way.
So how does the Cylon fleet board work then?
So, have you opened it up? Are you looking at it?
Yep.
All right. So, there are these space areas. What happens is, in the base game, if you get a crisis like this one that tells you to activate some sort of Cylon ship, and it's not present on the board, normally you do nothing. With the Cylon fleet board, what happens is, if you have to activate something that's not present, instead you add it to the pursuit board, the Cylon fleet board. You put it on this board here. And then you advance their pursuit track by 1. And when the pursuit track gets to the end, auto attack, everything that's on this board appears around the Galactica.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we have a clock.
Right, I see. That...
Is it bad that I wasn't listening right there?
No, it's
And
fine.
they appear in the same sectors they are in on the Cylon fleet board.
That's right. So
Right, okay.
the first person who can add cards to the skill check is Hilo. Would you like to do it?
Nope.
Next is the Chief.
I like all of my cards, so no.
And Tori.
I guess I'll stick with these cards. We're good.
Okay, and I will also not put in any cards, so I'm just going to reveal this. Mostly this is a question of, are there any skill checks? No. So one more politics is gone, and one pilony is gone. Good to know. We could be writing all this down, but that sounds like way too nerdy, so who cares about that? So now I have to add something to the Silent Fleet board. I'm going to double-check the rule for it while Hilo magically appears in the hangar bay.
Yay!
What? How? No way.
What?
And draws
I've
your
been
skill
here
card.
this whole time. No one has walked it. Magic. Oh, this
Because
moonshine
they're
is
behind.
way stronger than I first thought. My goodness.
Have you been here all along?
Just been
Yeah,
sleeping
I
in a
was
box like
hiding
a
in the
cat.
hangar.
If there's a...
Why are there some face-up cards down in the politics and leadership?
That's
and
the
piloting
discard
engineering?
pile for it.
Okay.
I don't think they've got a built-in instruction for the Silent Fleet board. So I'll have to actually find my actual documentation for it. That's annoying.
Oh, should I move those nuke tokens down to me now that I'm the admiral?
Yep.
Oh,
Not that I want to take away your power or anything.
this Launch Raiders icon that we got actually spawns a base star on the Silent Fleet board instead of just
Ouch.
one Raider. So
Okay.
that's a little bit rougher. So I'm going to roll a
What sucks
d8.
about it.
So it goes in the 7-8 slot, which is the forward slot.
Okay.
So we're going to have 2 base stars in the front slot when they spawn. Also, the pursuit track increases by 1, which forces the CAG to place a civilian ship somewhere on the board. So this was all at the end of my turn, by the way. So I'm going to put
Anywhere
it...
you want.
Yeah, so I'm going to put it down here. I have to put it somewhere where there's not already a civilian ship.
Oh, okay.
And the bottom 2 slots are the safest because that's where we launch Vipers.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that. And yeah, so it's still Hilo. Did you draw your skill cards?
Yep. Okay.
So what's bad about that card is it gives us another base star, but it doesn't advance the jump prep.
Not ours, yeah. Yeah, it's particularly bad. The humans never want to see a card that doesn't have a jump prep. On the other hand, those cards tend to generally be less dangerous. Like, this weapon malfunction did nothing to us.
Yep.
All right.
The
I
other
got my
thing
cards.
is with that, with those 2 base stars in the same location, will a nuke hit all? Because if we manage to roll a really high on a nuke, if we got a critical success, it would wipe all of the base stars out.
If you roll an 8 on an 8-sided die when you're nuking, it destroys every ship in the space area.
Yeah.
Good or bad, actually.
Good or bad? All right. Wow.
I see something strange. I have a same card twice. It's the exact same card, but it has 2 different like strength values.
That happens, yes.
Ah,
It's
okay.
actually very common.
Oh, okay. All right. So I got my cards. Now I can move.
Hey, welcome
Where
to
do I want to
Galactica.
move?
Where have you been all this time?
Well, I suppose I could move the weapons control preemptively.
There's a few things you could do. I mean, obviously, if you have a cool card in your hand, you can always play that. Executive Order is very strong. You could go to weapon control preemptively. You could also go to command and launch a couple of Vipers. What's neat about that is if you do launch Vipers, I actually, because of my ability, I can instantly place myself in one of them.
Oh, okay.
You just
Oh,
don't like
alright.
being on the Battlestar, do you?
It's getting too crowded now.
Okay, I'm going
Oh, I
to
see.
move to. I'm moving to command then, and then as my action, I can activate 2 Vipers.
That's right. So what you do, you actually activate them in sequence. So first of all, there's no Vipers. So clearly your first thing you have to do is put a Viper in space. I would recommend either a Super Viper or the Assault Raptor.
Okay, which is which?
The Super Vipers are the
ones.
blue ones, and the Assault
Okay.
Raptor is the golden thing.
Okay, so I can activate 1 each, right?
Sure. Now,
All right then.
when you activate 2 Vipers, you can actually like launch one and then actually just activate the same one a second time to move it around if you wanted to. Although launching 2 is probably best. You can
Alright.
put them in separate zones. You could put one in the zone it's currently in. You could put one in the zone to the right where there's a ship.
All right,
that
let's do
makes
it like
good
this
sense.
then.
And I will also instantly teleport myself to the. I'll actually. It doesn't really matter. If I'm on the golden one, I get to stay out in space, but I sort of auto teleport to space all the time anyway.
Hey, I'm the one with magical teleport powers.
So I'm going to put myself on the super one.
You sure you guys are humans?
Yeah.
I'm actually a Time Lord. I got in the wrong game somehow.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
fair enough. I haven't seen you use a sonic screwdriver though. That's very suspicious.
I
I
left it in
don't
the
see a
spaceship.
bow tie or a fez or sneakers. I'm starting to doubt this whole Time Lord thing.
I might have to be the War Doctor.
So now we do a crisis.
I'm the Master. Call me Master. There we go.
Okay. Old master or new master? Because there's a certain question of gender that needs to be resolved with that one.
Spoilers.
All right, so now I grab a crisis card.
Yeah.
There it is.
Ah, very common one. There's a
Cold
lot of
shorter.
these.
President chooses.
-2 food or -1 food, and the president discards 2 skill cards, and the current player, which is Hilo, discards 3 skill cards.
Well, I draw tons of cards per turn, so I'm fine with the second option. What do you think, Hilo?
I do have quite a lot of cards. I would be okay discarding
Okay,
some.
let's do second option then.
Cool.
Okay. But I need to read through some of them.
All right, so we're going to lose 1 food, which I will... Oh, there you go. Shen got it.
Oh, yeah, how can you tell I did? Oh, because it shows my name. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, how many I discard? 2 or 3?
3.
3 for Hilo, 2 for the president.
Okay. 1.
Now, next we have to activate raiders. We have none in play, so I will roll a die. There we go, and I will put a raider on the 3 slot on the Cylon fleet board. 1 raider is not too much, but it advances the pursuit track. So they're getting
Alright,
that
done.
much
I
closer.
discarded 3.
So the pursuit track is currently on the 3rd point. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, when it reaches... So 1 more is going to be fine, and then after that, it automatically jumps in at us. So we've got 2 more of those to go. But we also got jump prep.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if we had the option to kind of stall it in some way, it would be ideal to let them appear right before we jump.
It often
Because then
is.
they go back.
There is the issue that will simply mean that the silent fleet does get much larger. So the time after that it jumps in, it might be too much
It's
to
going
deal
to
with.
be, yeah, I see what you're
It's
saying.
not bad. Or sometimes might be able to pick away a little bit of it and then jump. Like, you definitely don't want them to linger too long. Although, a couple of good nukes to that front part. Like, if they leap in and we executive order the chief, Admiral Chief, and you just, like, nuke twice, that wouldn't
Yeah,
be so
and here's the
horrible.
thing. Saving nukes too long is not necessarily good because we might end up just not using them at all, or you might end up having a Cylon with it from the sleeper phase.
That's true.
Right, of course, yeah.
I mean, there's a certain amount of metagaming where you might not want to have the humans succeed too hard in the first half in case you become a Cylon in the second half. I never play that way. I tend to, like, overkill as much as possible. I play hardcore human in the first half no matter what. But there is something to be said about that strategically.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is the end of Hilo's turn, so the chief now gets to go.
Yay!
Skill
Okay.
cards.
Right, so I grab, okay, so 1 politics, then 2 leadership, and finally 2 engineering. Right, let's have a quick look at these cards. And the next thing I do is I actually move, don't I? Or I can move all.
Yeah. Next thing is you have a movement. Which
Charles
you
will
can
pair those
ignore
other
if you'd like.
Vipers.
See. I actually like where I am right now.
Okay, which is totally
Got
fine.
some good cards.
He's never going to leave the hangar deck all game.
He's just never gonna move.
No, why would I move? This is the best place on the ship.
You want to move to weapons control turn 1, and I persuaded you not to, and now you're just stuck there.
Yep. But you know what? For Shenrir's trust in me as making me the VP, I can use an action card, yes?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, because I'm not moving.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, you're exoing the president again.
Yep.
President Tory,
see-
I generate all the cards Foster.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, VP aside, the amount of work that Tory can get done with
Yeah.
those
All
two
the cards-
actions
All
is
the cards are belong to Shen.
staggeringly huge.
She's actually the best person to have as the president, assuming she's human. She will like potentially one-handedly win us the game.
Yay, Shen!
Or lose.
Okay, so the problem I have is I could draw quorum cards, right?
Yeah.
One of the cards I have right now says I could give the president title away.
Right.
Oh God.
Resign.
Yeah, resignation.
Would there be a point in that?
Yeah, I don't see the point.
You probably don't want to.
Is there any way to discard quorum cards other than resignation?
Not that I know of. I don't think there's a hand limit for quorum cards. I mean, you just don't have to play it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll just draw some cards then.
You clearly need more, right?
Well, yeah, I need more.
So you're gonna activate the quorum chambers,
Yep, I took a card.
and then you're still on action number 1, so you can draw another one or play one.
Oh, fun. All right, now I need to know this. I have to know this.
Okay.
What's
Nice. Release Cylon mugshots. Look at one random loyalty card belonging to
Oh.
any other player.
Okay.
Who are you choosing?
Then roll a die.
I absolutely have to know if Quill is a Cylon.
Really?
don't-
Not the
I
person you
don't-
turned into the admiral.
I don't trust you one bit ever. I can't afford to
Okay.
trust you.
I've just got
Remember
one of
last
those
game?
faces, Quill. No one ever worries.
Okay, hold on. Then you roll a die. If you roll 3 or less, then we lose 1 morale.
That's right.
Okay.
So I just gave my loyalty card to Shen. Should be in your hand.
Let's see.
Ah, yes, of course, because you don't show all of us. You just
That's
show
right.
him because
Yeah.
he gets.
And then,
I see.
do I give it back to you somehow?
Yeah, you right click on it, go past 2, and then player 1.
Alternatively, you can put it on the board, and we'll just honestly not look. You know,
And then you tell us Quill is a Cylon, right?
at this point, he could flat out tell us that he was a Cylon,
There's
and
a
it
lot
would.
of metagaming with
Yeah.
that, too.
Well,
We'd be
the
like-
thing is, if he said that I was a Cylon, what it would probably prove to you guys is one of the two of us is a Cylon. Either I actually am a Cylon, or he's a
Yeah.
Cylon trying to deflect.
Because you don't have to tell the truth. You can lie about it.
Okay,
Can you
well,
choose to reveal your card?
Okay,
No.
Ah, right, that makes sense then.
So now I have to
so-
roll a die.
hold on. Before you roll the die, since I don't want us to lose morale, I'm going to play
Aha.
strategic planning.
Nice. Adding 2 to
And
the
what
die.
do we need? What do we need for this to not? So it's 3 or less. So
Is
that's
bad.
fine. If you roll a 1, then,
Then
we
we
lose
lose.
morale. But otherwise, we're fine.
Come
Yep.
on,
Yeah.
you can't roll a 1. The die doesn't do that.
Right, of course
Of
not.
course, yeah.
Oh,
I would have laughed so hard if that was a 1.
Yeah, me too.
I would have been weeping
Right, discard.
if that was a 1.
Okay,
Alright,
now I need.
So that was your
wasn't my
first
turn.
action. Your first
No,
XO.
my first action was to draw, and then I played it. Does that count as my second action?
No, because that's all
No.
part of the one quorum chamber move.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
That's why I gave you that
Shed, you
card.
have all
so
the
useful.
Oh,
this game.
you played a quorum card, so you get to draw 2 skill cards because you're Tori.
I drew the skill cards already. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, good. So then, yeah, action number 2, you're going to activate the quorum chamber again. You drew another card. Now you can play one or draw another one.
Such a broken
Yeah.
card that is. I will have all of the abilities.
We got to speed up these
Yeah, but
turns
you're-
a little, I think.
you're
We're never going
limited
to get
to
the Kobol.
Limited to 10 skill cards though. It's like if I keep drawing skill cards, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I can't just pass them to you guys.
No, but you only discard them at the end of your turn,
Yep.
as far as I can tell.
So next turn, you'll
But
have to
what
discard
if his
them.
turn never ends?
Well, just make sure
So-
to crush the skill checks.
Yeah, that's
So
the
can I
thing.
just-
Is you can just throw them away on a skill check.
Can I just pass and not play one of these quorum cards?
You could, yeah, but you get to draw another one. As a quorum chamber, you can, at this point, you can draw another quorum card or play one. So you're not going to play one, so just draw another quorum card, and then that'll
But
be
I've
the
already
end
drawn
of the XO.
two.
Yeah, it's okay.
Doesn't matter.
Until we
Oh
run out
God.
of cards in the quorum deck.
There we go. Okay, so now we are back to, was that Hilo?
No, it was
No, it's
me.
Chief. Okay, so it's Chief's Crisis.
Right.
Good
Okay,
luck
so-
reading all these cards, by the way.
Cards, crisis, and then just drag it down onto the crisis slot. Boom. Right, what have we got?
Ooh.
Network computers.
Very good, but very dangerous.
Yep. Okay. So we can advance jump twice if we pass this.
That's right. If we fail, we do get a
Ooh.
Centurion marker, which is very
Oh, this-
dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the ore is very bad because it's -1 pop and decrease the jump
Yeah.
prep, which
We
is terrible.
basically we want to pass this.
Yeah.
What's a Centurion marker then?
The Centurion.
That's the heavy raider
Yeah, the
boarding
boarding
party
party.
that boards us.
Right. Okay.
And then we just lose if we don't get rid of it. And it's very hard to get rid of it.
I'm hoping Tori has a mitt full of political cards. I think we can crush this.
Well, I can help with it a bit.
All right, let me go and add 2 cards from the deck of Destiny. That's 1, 2. First up is Tori Foster.
So hold on. I have a question. If I have a card that interacts with the Destiny cards, do I play it now?
Well, it depends on what it says. Like Investigative
Uh,
Committee, for example, will say play
No,
before.
it's well. I'm not supposed to tell you what card it is,
Yeah, but for
I
rules
don't know how
clarification,
to-
it's not the end of the world. Is it a?
It's-
Does it say skill check on it?
Yes, it says skill check,
Okay.
and it says that we add Destiny cards face up
Okay.
before totaling strength. So it's kind of confusing. when to
Put
play
it
this.
into play and then I'll read it. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm sorry.
I think it
So
means
do
you
I
add
just put
2
it
more.
face up?
Yeah, just drag it onto the board face up.
Okay, this.
Trust instincts. Okay, so what happens is this: you throw this just into the skill check. Okay, then when it comes time to count the total cards, we trigger this, and we're gonna add 2 more cards from the Destiny deck into the skill check.
Ah, okay. I thought we get to see the Destiny cards before.
No, so this is sort of a YOLO
okay.
mode. Like you're just gonna add 2 more random cards from the Destiny deck
I see,
into the
I
skill
see.
check, and we haven't.
Okay.
There's at least there are 2 more treachery cards in this deck. We're either gonna get some of them now, or they're gonna come up. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Before anyone does anything else, I have a card that I would like to play, and it says put 4 cards added to the skill check.
okay,
This the time to do it?
maybe.
Is that randomly?
Well, it says play before cards are added to a skill check.
Then you have to play it now. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just so you all know, so we have a better understanding of how things are going to go.
You don't need to play that. Engineering cards are already positive.
Oh, I'm a dip. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
It's fine.
Good time to clear
You're
this
ready.
up. So yes, for network computers, politics, tactics, and engineering are good. Leadership
Right.
and politing are bad.
Yeah.
Politing?
Yeah, I
Yes,
get you.
politing.
Politic.
Politing.
Okay.
All right, so if no one else says anything,
Okay.
Tori is the first to add cards.
Okay, done.
And then it is me. I am going to play only 1 card, but it's going to help a lot.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, now this makes me wonder whether I should play the card that I was going to play that was going to help a lot. Glad.
It's a really good one. We don't want to fail it. I mean, again, overkilling is bad, but this is so good. And failing
Would it
is
help if
so
I told
bad.
you guys whether or not Quill was a Cylon?
Hold on. Who's the current player right now? That's Shen, right?
That's Chief Tyrell.
Ah, okay, right. Okay.
Avak.
Indeed.
Affleck.
That I keep thinking of that. Actually, the way I remember how to say your A is because of a French word. Your name sounds a lot like avec, which is with in French.
Ah.
So I'm cheating.
Hard Park.
Attack.
It's the Welsh alphabet. We don't have letters that just change their sound. If like a syllable is meant to change in a word due to mutation, literally the letters change. It makes it a little bit confusing for people who aren't used to that in the language. But in Welsh, like the A is always a. It's never a or a as it is with English. It's always a.
That's much simpler, actually. I like that.
Yes.
I've
So
seen
who's done
Welsh
with the
words
cards?
before, though. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else that's simple about them. So, Hilo, are you adding cards?
Well, I could help a bit, but I would honestly prefer not to because it's a card I would prefer to keep. Do
Okay.
you think I'll need to help?
I don't know. Chief, do you think you're helping a fair bit?
You
It
said you added
depends.
a card that will help a lot, yeah?
That is Quill said that. I
Yeah.
could add a card that would help in a certain situation. It does depend on the cards that people add, which is the problem here.
We only have 4 cards in there, so
Yeah, throw it
if we
in,
get
man. Throw it in.
negative-
The
I'm
the
going to
deck
throw
of
one
Destiny is
card
going
in.
to screw us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had such good cards so far, more or
So
less.
move
so.
to skill check.
Okay.
Actually, I'll add 2 cards.
All right. Go, Chief.
Hold on, which one was it? Oh, this one.
Okay.
Yep,
Well,
done.
I'm going to add. So it's what do I do? Move to skill check. So 1, 2.
Can I say that I added something that will make you less sad about adding cards, maybe?
Okay. That's
I mean, I'm not supposed to say exactly what it is. So I'm being vague.
It's pretty vague.
that is pretty big, actually. Yeah.
Are you sabotaging this roll?
Oh no, I know what he's doing.
Okay. I'm going to risk overkilling this because I'm the last one to put cards in.
That's
aren't
right.
I? Okay.
I wouldn't be shy about throwing cards away because I can always get a million cards. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
true. There we go.
All right.
Okay.
So let me do this. We've got 3 to the bad.
Okay.
That is almost certainly, well, not necessarily. It could have been Hilo. It's definitely not me screwing us. I'm guessing that's the second piloting card from the deck of Destiny. There's Established Networks. That's going to double engineering strength. Very good. Engineering is good, so. A 5-point treachery card.
Oh,
So that's -5.
Okay.
Okay,
so
actually,
that
we're at
had to be
-8
from
at
Destiny,
this
right?
point. -8. So there's +5 here, so we're currently at
Liz.
+3.
Check
Okay.
the treachery card. Does it say the current player has to draw a mutiny card?
Yeah.
No, chooses.
Choose a
We
human
resolved
Current
that
player
at the end,
chooses
though.
a human player to
Gotcha.
draw one mutiny
Okay.
card.
So we are now breaking even. We're at exactly 0. Actually, yeah, we're at 0. This counts as 6 for us, so
Nice.
+6.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah. Hilo. Hilo is a Cylon.
Hey, I threw away 2 evasive maneuver cards earlier. You can check it in the log. So that's not me.
Well, it's not me.
Well, it's not me.
And this
You
is the
can see
card
what-
that Hilo was talking about putting in, I assume. Current player may choose one card with a strength 3 or less to remove from this check and add to his hand. Note that it will remove it from the check, which means Chief could always pick up a maximum of firepower, which would remove it from the check completely. Actually, I say Hilo was doing this, but we've had Chief and Tori both put in cards, and they've picked up some variety of stuff. I know that Tori's been picking up tons of stuff from outside of pool, probably piloting at some point.
Right.
I think Chief may have played a Consolidate Power as well at some point and may have picked up a piloting. I don't remember.
Well, as I said, when a player discards a card, you can see what they discard
Yes.
in the log. Because in real life, when you play, you can see which pile someone
Yeah.
Yeah,
moves
absolutely.
the card to. So if you scroll up, you will see that earlier in the game, I discarded the 2 piloting cards that I pulled.
So if
Evasive
I
maneuvers.
And you
I
can't
can
have had
choose-
and you can't have had more than one piloting card at the start of the game.
Yeah. I didn't pull piloting cards at the start.
Well,
That's
I
only
am drawing
tactics
lots
and
of piloting
leadership.
cards, and I did put a card in to the check.
I dumped all my piloting cards because basically Quill is going to be the pilot unless something happens. So they are kind of not useful for me.
Anyway,
Well, they're
for
useful in
the
these
record,
checks.
our current situation is we are at +3.
Yeah, but here's the thing. From what I know, from what I watched, there are not many
Oh wait, that's
crisis cards where red cards are positive because red cards are valuable and have big effects. So they are rarely used for positive checks.
right. I'm actually wrong about the numbers. Because the scientific research counts as 6. So, yeah, hold on. I'm doing it very wrong because those cancel out. So this is actually 10. So we're actually at +8 right now.
so if I remove the 3, we'll be at 11.
That's right.
So all right, there we go then. I'll take that into my hand.
Okay, that's very good. So we are going to pass. However, before we do that, we've
Just though.
got to resolve the rest of the
Barely.
skill checks. So established network is gone because we just resolved that. Quick thinking is gone. We just resolved that. Exploit a weakness. So the current player, who is the chief, must choose a human player to draw 1 mutiny card.
And in this case, human player just means someone who hasn't revealed their asylum.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
effectively all of us. Now, could you explain what a mutiny card is and how, at least vaguely what what that card is.
I will
basically.
show you an example of a mutiny card. We're going to go to the card pile, mutiny. I'm just going to grab the top one on the deck, put it into play, and then we'll discard it after.
Okay.
So, here's an example. And I can't actually see it. There we go. So this will damage Galactica, which is bad. On the other hand, it allows you to take a civilian ship that's in the space area and shuffle it back into the deck. So it lets you save a civilian ship in an emergency, but it damages Galactica. So all mutiny cards tend to do this. They have a bad effect and a good effect.
Right. Okay.
A
I see.
Cylon player can use this to do devastating amounts of damage. A human player can use this strategically to save a really dire situation. Now,
Yeah, I
one of the
see.
big things with the mutiny card, if at any point someone has 2, they get instantly brigged.
Oh, right. Okay.
Also,
So you
if the
can't really hold it in
president
your
has a
hand.
mutiny card, then someone can go to the administration room and take away the presidency title. So if you gave a mutiny card to Tory, one
Mm-hmm.
of us could go to administration and take presidency away from Tory.
Being the vice president, would that not mean that it would go to me?
It has to go to you. It can't go to anyone else.
Right.
Actually, I'm going to return to deck and then
So-
shuffle the deck. There we go.
Yeah.
Now, mutiny cards, is that like an action? You just do it on your turn?
Yeah, they're almost all actions.
Yeah.
So essentially, once you get one, you just have to play it right away so you don't get a second one?
Yeah.
You're not forced to play it right away, but you might be incentivized to play it as early as a good
Yeah.
situation presents itself.
Well.
So, can I say something about this skill check and that
Yep.
piloting card? If I scroll, I seem to have lost it, but I scrolled up and I saw Shen drawing a piloting card.
Yes,
I'm just saying.
I've been drawing a lot of cards, yeah.
I
Because
know
every time
for a
play
fact
quorum
Tori has
card-
drawn some.
Every time I play a quorum card, I've been trying to pick up things that I don't draw on my turn. So I've been picking up piloting and engineering and whatever.
Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to give the mutiny card to. I'll give it to Hilo.
Okay.
Hilo, draw a mutiny card. Just draw it to your hand and don't tell anyone what it is.
Got one.
Okay. Well, on that note, been a bit of a. That's the end of my turn, is it
One
not?
sec. We need to do the end of the crisis card.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
So let me.
Man, this has been a long turn.
Yeah, it has been. Let me clean up the board. Discard those skill cards. So activate raiders. So I will go to the Cylon fleet board. I will roll an 8-sided die. I'm going to put a raider in the 8th spot, which is at the front. We're going to advance the pursuit track. The CAG has to place 2 civilian ships on the board. So I'm going to put one down here where it's safe, and the next one, I don't know, I guess up here?
Why does the CAG have to place 2 civilian ships?
Because when the Cylon fleet or pursuit track advances to certain points,
Oh, right. I
That has
saw.
to
Yeah,
happen.
I could.
and
see
then
that
we
now.
advance the jump prep. So they are one step away from beaming in on us.
Yeah,
and
we're
scarily
3
enough, that
steps away,
top right
potentially.
corner actually has a raider in it. Which means it could destroy that ship right away, but there's not really another good spot to put it. I suppose I could put it here, which doesn't have a raider on turn 1, giving us time to do something.
Yeah. But it would be difficult to get up there.
Yeah, I need to, I kind
Start
of
piloting
maybe
over
need
there.
to be XO'd. What did I do on my turn? Oh, I XO'd someone. That's right, and then Hilo launched me out here. In hindsight, well, no. I don't know. Anyway, the jump prep, so that is properly the end of Chief's turn. So Tori, draw some cards, and then go ahead and reveal the fact that you're a Cylon.
Does Tori have to? Is that the start of Tori's turn?
It is the start of Tori's turn. We should probably
Then
put a
we
cut
should
in
probably
Yeah.
wrap this episode up
And
there.
this is a super long episode.
Yeah, sorry
here.
about that.
We have to be a
everyone,
lot
but,
faster on our turns when we
yeah.
do a skill check. Go fast.
Yeah, we will get there. At the moment, I'm probably holding everyone back because I've got so many questions. But I hope everyone has enjoyed and will be joining us in the next. And of course, if you want to check other people's perspectives and see who is actually the Cylon, because of course it's not me, then you should go and check out their videos
That's
on their
something a
channel.
Cylon would say.
But thank you very much for joining us. And until next time, take care.
Bye bye.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.